through Saturday nights. Located in downtown Stillwater, the Tilted Tiki is your tropical relaxation restaurant in Minnesota. Visit thetiltedtiki.com. Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Clear tonight with a low of 71, then Saturday sunshine with a high of 91. The annual sale at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces continues now through the end of July. Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces has been finding a place for fire in your life since 1977. Their showroom is in Minneapolis at Franklin and Riverside, or check out woodlandstoves.com. Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun, and it's Casual Friday. Welcome to the end of the week. Welcome to the beginning of the weekend. I hope everybody had a great week and that it was without incident. And over in Eden Prairie tonight, we have Mr. Adam running the board. How are you doing over there?
Feeling the incidents of the week. I think I got everybody's.
You got it all? You're just
got it all. Everybody sent their incidents towards me.
Oh, no. No. We don't do that, people. We don't want that to happen. That's not what it's all about. That's for sure. We got kind of a jam-packed program tonight, and as usual, it's Casual Friday. We're talking about whatever's on anyone's mind. I think if it's all right with all of you tonight, I think we're going to be talking about a few things. We have movie tickets giveaway tonight and throughout the weekend. So if we don't hear from you, or if you listen to this later, I think we'll still have something for you if you so desire. Also, we're going to be doing question of the week, and which we got a lot of responses to. We're just going to chit chat. We have some articles we can get to. We can talk a little bit about Adam's near alien abduction. They had to fight the aliens off of him, it sounds like. So it's I don't know. It's going to be it's a jam-packed July 12th is all I know tonight.
It really is. It's probably our first structured Casual Friday we've had in a while.
Oh, they're all structured. You just don't know it over there. Let's see. Joanne says hello. She even says it to you. I don't know if I approve.
Hello, Joanne. Hi.
I don't know if I approve that, but it's fine. It's all good. Let's see. Oh, one for Harlow. Harlow's not on the show, I don't think, tonight, is she? No, she isn't. Just Adam and myself. We are waiting for a call from Miss Emily, because Emily's going to be telling us a little bit of stuff that's going on this weekend. If you are listening tonight on the radio, first of all, thank you. But if you are watching, or if you want to watch, you can go over to GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun on Facebook or the AM 950 radio page, because we're going to show, I know we're going to show a video tonight, just very quick, about shadows. I have a picture about a shadow person I want to share tonight as well. We'll do our best to, for our listeners who are listening on the radio or who are streaming, we'll do our best to make it so it's very understandable, the content that we're talking about tonight. See, Adam, we cater to everybody. We don't just cater to people on the radio or people on the internet. We cater to everybody.
We really do. And the more the merrier. Everyone is welcome in this community as long as you behave yourself. Whether you're listening or you're watching, nobody has a false story.
Well, and that's just it. Because during when we talk about the question of the week, I will invite folks in the second segment to call in and let us know your story. The thing about when you call in to our show and we call in to give what's going on in your world, what experiences you have, this is a safe place. We will never doubt your story. I mean, you could call in and lie if that really is what really gets you. I don't care. I am not going to be like, you're wrong. That's not my place. My place is to hear your story. Our place is for other people to hear your story and understand and maybe offer some thoughts, or maybe just to be able to hear what you have to say or what we have to say. The stuff like Adam, as you were talking a little bit beforehand there, that there's stuff about this show that has kind of changed not really changed your view, but changed the way that you are reacting to stuff that goes on around you.
Oh yeah, the way that when we get to my story later, the way I reacted to it is definitely a cause for the reason for this show is the reason I likely reacted so calmly as I did. But it looks like we have a caller, so I'm gonna hop off here real quick.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, and a great example of that for me tonight too is as you can see, if you're watching on Facebook, the studio that I'm in, I have a red light and a blue light that go up against the walls behind me. After I turned on the blue light, later on, about 5 minutes later, it fell over. Obviously, don't get me wrong, I'm not thinking that's paranormal, but I reacted to it much more calmly than Linus, my cat, did. He just jumped really high. I heard it and I was like, oh, what is that? Because stuff is always falling out over here. But it is more like, it is what it is. It's just, that's all it is that you get kind of used to it after a while. Now, yeah, exactly, right. You just and it doesn't mean that it's not important or anything. It's just that you start to have a more of a, I don't want to say mature approach to it, because it's not immature, but maybe more rational, perhaps.
That's the perfect word, because it was more of a rational thought that I thought was happening than what was actually happening, but it kept me calm with my rational of thoughts.
So rational is the word for today. What we're going to do, we got Emily on the line, and Emily is calling in because you want to tell us some cool stuff that's going to be happening over the weekend, tomorrow in particular. What's going on, Emily?
Hey, yeah, Gloom and Glitter at White Bear Meadery is tomorrow.
What's it called?
Gloom and Glitter.
Groom and Glitter.
Gloom.
No.
Gloom.
Gloom.
All right.
Like you, goth boy, Gloom.
Yeah, Gloom. Gloom and Glitter at, where is it tomorrow?
White Bear Meadery.
White Bear Meadery. What are the times for that tomorrow?
So that is going to be from 12 to 5 p.m.
12 to 5. And what are people going to find when they come out there tomorrow at Gloom and Glitter?
Actually, some pretty rad stuff. So there's a lot of terrariums with things like found bones and teeth, and there's also jewelry made with the same kind of stuff. It's going to be expanded indoor-outdoor, so art pieces. I'll have my skincare line there. You name it, it's there. As long as it's creepy, kooky, goth, it's there.
And there's vendors there as well?
Yep, so there's 18 vendors inside and outside.
Very nice. Now, are you going to be upset at Patrick from AM 950 if you get storms? Because he did say storms right before the start of tonight's episode. And if I were you, I would hold Patrick personally responsible.
Well, you know that I'm going to.
I would be disappointed if you didn't, actually. Yes. From our meteorology center, which is over in that corner that you can see behind Adam, not behind the windows, just literally in that corner. That's
we keep Patrick actually in the corner, and we've got to keep his AMA licensing up too, so he better be right.
His AMA licensing. Yep, that's it. And then you'll know where you're at the station when you see the Doppler. So Gloom and Glitter. It's at the Meadery tomorrow, noon to 5. Is there somewhere that people can go to get more information about this event, Emily?
Absolutely. I have a Facebook page created for it. You just type in Gloom and Glitter on Facebook, and all the information is there. It is rain or shine. The outdoor folks do have tents that they'll be in. So unless there's like 50-mile-an-hour wind or something, everything is still good to go.
So I am looking at this, the Gloom and Glitter Gothic Bazaar that is over at the White Bear Meadery, which is 1320 County Road D, Circle E in Maplewood. And like you said, it's noon to 5. Not that I didn't believe you, but I figured I would look it up while you're on. And,
I could have been lying. You never know.
Well, I guess it depends on how you want tomorrow to go, I guess, really.
Right.
Yeah, so go on out there. If you see Emily, first of all, say hi. Please let her know that if you've heard about this on GhostBox Radio, please let her know that you heard about it through us, because we just want to make sure that if we're going to have Emily on talking about it, we want to make sure that we show some support, get some folks down there to experience it, because Emily, as I have taken part in some of her events, Emily always puts on a very good event. So you gotta go down there and check it out.
Anyone that does mention the show will get 15% off at my table.
15% off.
You got it.
Wow. So go up to Emily's table, say that you heard about it through GhostBox Radio. You get 15% off. And there's a lot of new stuff out there this time, isn't there?
Yes, I personally have a bunch of new product, and I think some other vendors will have a bunch of new stuff too.
That's fantastic. So once again, folks, Gloom and Glitter Gothic Bazaar, we'll put that over on the GhostBox Radio Facebook page tomorrow, noon to 5 at the White Bear Meadery. Go there. Once again, if you find Emily's table, which there's no reason why you shouldn't, mention that you heard about this on GhostBox Radio, you will get 15% off of the purchases. So that's very cool.
Yes, at my table. I can't speak for the other vendors, but at my table, yes.
Yep. So go to Emily's table and enjoy. Emily, thank you so very much. I really appreciate you calling in, and I hope that you have a fantastic day tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. Bye.
All righty. Bye-bye. So once again, Gloom and Glitter Gothic Bazaar. That's tomorrow, noon to 5 at the White Bear Meadery. Go there, check it out. I'm thinking about stopping out there myself. And if you go to Emily's table, only Emily's table, you're going to see it. It has all the skincare products and the soaps and stuff. She will give you 15% off if you mention GhostBox Radio. So that's pretty cool, isn't it?
And I will mention her crunchy soap version of Tiger Balm works amazingly.
Yeah, you got that, didn't you?
I picked that up at the Rebel Rendezvous in Stillwater a couple months back. Oh my God, it works wonderfully.
That's fantastic. Now, before we head off to break, we got some breaking news here that you were almost abducted. And I was, obviously when you're telling me the story, I was frightened, as you can imagine, for your safety.
Well, and for a moment I was, but as I would get to it, I will say, because of this show, I actually stayed somewhat calm.
That's good.
Tuesday night, laying in bed, and as normally, people flip when they sleep, and you're up for like a half second while you flip sides or whatnot, and that's what happened to me. I'm flipping from one side to the other, and my eyes are open and I see this white light out in my kitchen area. Haven't seen this white light before. Then all of a sudden it blinks. Then it blinks back on. Holds for a few seconds, then does it again. So the first thing that runs through my mind is I have nothing that should be blinking a white light in my house. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
It does it again. And I'm like, okay, this obviously isn't some sort of ghost. And I'm running through my mind while still half asleep of what this could be and still following this light. And as I'm laying there in my bed, it looks like the light is actually now come from the kitchen, has crossed the threshold to the bedroom door, and is starting to head towards my side of the bed.
Mm.
And as I'm seeing this light, it finally pops in my mind. It's like, oh my God, these are aliens. You are about to actually get abducted. And then the next thing that ran through my mind, and it is only because of this show, my thought was, you know what? I'm actually good with this.
Hmm.
And then as soon as I thought that, bam, I hit the floor. I was turning my head and not noticing it. So my view of where the light was coming from looked like it was coming closer until I fell out of my bed. And then I got up and I noticed that it was the batteries for my Ryobi lawnmower were done charging.
So you fell out of bed,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when you saw it was your batteries for your lawnmower.
Yeah. But before that, I literally thought I was getting abducted. And because of doing this show, I'm like, I am good with this. This will give this show so much content.
If you came back.
Well, I believe me, they'd send me back.
You're pretty sure about that?
I'm pretty damn sure they would send me back.
You're not unique enough where they might, we're going to hold on to this one for a while.
No, it would be like the surveys you fill out to win like the free cards from like Paramount Plus or, Peacock, because it's like, okay, cool, I'll take a free month of service. And you put in your age and like, oh, we already have too many of you.
Okay.
That's how I think the aliens would be. Oh, fat white dude, yeah, we got plenty of you, go.
well, I mean, that would mean that they wouldn't be in America at all. And we know that they are. So there is, it's just saying.
But I'm a fat white dude from the South, and they only seem to, abduct us, where we should be like, you know what? Them aliens told us we need to quit building them nuclear reactors, instead of abducting important people. They only abduct people like me.
I thought the South was more of the cattle mutilation.
Well, that happens too, but not just aliens.
Not just aliens. Now, so lawnmower batteries, they are being charged in the kitchen?
Yeah, we have a little table out in the kitchen because we didn't want to keep them in the garage. And the reason we don't want to keep them in the garage because the garage doesn't have heat or cool, so we don't want the batteries to get ruined, so we bring them in the house.
Sure, that makes sense because there's a lot of elements in Minnesota.
Exactly. And I've already killed one set of batteries for another lawnmower by leaving them out there all winter.
So you found out the hard way. Basically.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did find out the hard way. A little bit of laziness went with it too. After the mowing season, it got buried with the stuff for the winter season and totally forgot about them.
Well, have you
tried again? It's like, oh, this is dead.
Have you thought about this? That maybe it wasn't the lights from the batteries in the kitchen, but the ghost of the batteries that you killed originally. That there was the ghost of the lights, and they were trying to.
Get
even.
Yeah, they're trying to get even. They're like, "Ha! Now you feel the pain."
Yeah, exactly. Because I fully believe that there are spirit batteries out there, right?
But in all reality, I mean, my right arm, my right leg, and my right side are one giant bruise from falling out of bed.
I believe it. I mean, obviously, the older we get, I mean, all it takes is walking, and it becomes a bit of a hazard. So, yeah, I mean, it's just if you're made of glass, and I don't mean that derogatory, but I mean, if you're just, it's easy for stuff to happen, and it's just like, yeah, it's tough. It really is. So that's a shame. Yeah, your wife, he is so bruised up. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, there we go. A couple things here real fast. First of all, John Ross put into the comments, it's his birthday today. He is 35 years old. Happy birthday, John. Thank you for listening.
Happy birthday, youngster.
Yep. I mean, when you're Adam's age, falling out of bed could be life ending.
It really could be. I mean, I'm almost 44. I'm almost.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have. Hey, I'd have been dead for 14 years if I was in Logan's Run.
That's true, but luckily you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple things here before we hit the break. First of all, put it into comments because the question of the week is, have you ever seen a shadow person? If so, what was the energy around it? Did you feel safe, scared, attacked? You do not have to answer all of it, but if you had seen one, if you want to share your story, there's room for that. Also, when we come back, we're going to be doing a movie giveaway, and then we're just going to dig into the rest of the show. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. Metamorphosisconnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit metamorphosisconnections.com and sign up today.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Did you know that spiritual awakening is not all love and light? Surprise! Inner demons, ego deaths, and tower moments are on the horizon. But while life might hand you some harsh lessons, we've got the antidote to soothe your weary soul. Why not try a dragon's blood bath or schedule a Reiki aura repair? With books, herbs, talismans, candles, and more, we put the Shazam in shadow work. Visit Magus Books at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis or magusbooks.com.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
Before we go any further, why don't we go ahead and give away some movie tickets for anyone who is interested. We're going to be doing it all weekend as well. Follow my page, GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun on Facebook. We'll be making this offer available there too. But GhostBox Radio, AM 950, and Universal Pictures would like to invite you to an advanced screening of Twisters. That's going to be happening on Tuesday, July 16th at 7 p.m. at the Rosedale AMC. Obviously, you need to be local or know that you're going to be local to take advantage of getting the tickets. But if you want to, feel free. If you want to put your name down for some, give us a call, 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205. Let us know that you would want a pair of tickets. Also, feel free to send me an email over at ghostboxradio.com. Once again, that's comment at ghostboxradio.com. And we would love to see you there to see Twisters. Remember, we've had Justin on, the Storm Chaser, and it's been great. It's once again, which I shouldn't complain because severe storms does mean destruction more likely than not. We haven't that much storms here this year either. We got some thunderstorms, which is nice, but we've kind of stayed away from the severe weather, as far as I could tell, at least.
Yeah, we haven't been hit nearly as hard as places, and not just with Beryl recently, but Texas, Oklahoma,
Iowa.
Iowa got destroyed early in the tornado season. So it's been active. We've been lucky enough, I think, couple got across the border here, if you will, in Minnesota. I know there was an EF0 in Aiken, maybe an EF1 or 2 in the south part of the state, but other than that, Minnesota has gotten lucky as compared to a lot of the Midwest.
Yeah, they did. They certainly did. And so, once again, if you'd like the tickets, call in 952-946-6205. I put into the comments on all the networks that we are streaming to the email address. Also, if you just want to send me an email address, that's fine too. We're going to move on now to the question of the week. This is where also a lot of people had answered it in on my Facebook page. You can put something in the comments if you want. Feel free to call in if you have an experience that you would like to talk about. And once again, the number is 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. The question is here, have you seen a shadow person? If so, what was the energy around it? Did you feel safe, scared, attacked? And from there, we can listen to whatever anybody else has to say. Any experiences that you've had, would love to hear what you have to say about that. And so we did set up a friend to call who has got some video experience and with the shadow person. We want to talk about it. We want to show the video on the show here. For those who are listening on the radio, we'll do our best to describe it. We have Mike on the phone. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. Thank you for allowing me to share my piece of evidence and come on the show.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much. Should we start by playing the video, or do you want to set it up in any way?
Yeah, let me kind of go a little bit of background about the video. And then if you want, by all means, play it. So what ended up happening was I was contacted in 2017 by another local team here in town. And they had reached out to me, told me there's a case they had taken on and that they just didn't have the time for it. If we can step up and, kind of take over, we did. And, it took us quite a bit before we actually started documenting evidence. And so the video that I sent you, what ended up happening was, I had full access to the rental home. It's completely gutted. There's, the client, she's trying to renovate it so it could be, someone can live there and rent it, right? Potentially buy it. And so, but the people she hires to work can never complete their work because things keep happening. Tools go missing, people get sick, things occur where, they have to leave the house. And so she just kind of gave up. And, anytime she goes in there, she gets sick, her husband gets sick. So she goes, here's the keys. There's literally, she put a chain and lock around the door. No one has access. There's no other way in. Besides the front door, everything's completely locked down. So I would go and I would drop camcorders in the house. I would drop 4 camcorders and I would record. I'll leave everything I could overnight. And then the next morning I'll go pick up everything and retrieve it and play it. Well, we had captured some audio of sound like, again, a woman or a little girl kind of like crying or humming. So I say, I wish we can get actual visuals of this, right? So I said, I have a security camera that I can possibly put in there, but it requires Wi-Fi to be used. And I didn't realize that you can plug it in and it'll record like motion capture. So if anything, goes from the camera and it detects motion, it'll take like little snippets, little videos, like 30-second videos of whatever, duration, and then it'll save it to a memory card. So the video you're going to see, I plugged the camera into the wall because the power's completely out. She don't have it on. And she turned on for the day. I plugged the camera in. I put it down. I don't realize that it can record without the Wi-Fi. So I go outside. I'm trying to get the Wi-Fi to work. Every time I go from outside, inside, the neighbor's Wi-Fi, who he allowed me to use it kept shutting off for my phone. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? So finally, I kind of gave up. I'm like, man, this is annoying me already. I don't know what else to do. And so I go into the house, I retrieve the camera, I unplug it, and I leave. And I'm like, I'm just gonna just drop camcorders like always, and I'll just come back tonight and I'll do that. When I go home, I open my laptop, I put the memory card in, and to my surprise, it's like between 6 to 8 videos. I'm like, what the heck? I was like, how do you record videos? So I click on them, And one of the videos, and again, all the videos, there was nothing in sight. Just, we're out there the whole time. The one video you can see I guess you could play it now, and then I'll explain. But you can play it now, and then I'll kind of explain after that if you want to.
Sounds good. Here we go with the video.
Shadow caught moving on camera.
Sorry, I'm laughing only because Adam, is the show still preparing you for moments like that, or did that one?
That's a cool one, and I'm glad my microphone was off. I would have had to hit the dead button.
See,
that's cool.
The way that we had the camera or the video, because we kind of did this at last minute. I wasn't able to do the video how I'd normally do, where I'd block off both Adam and myself on the picture, so I could see Adam's response to the video here. For those, okay, we'll talk about the video in 1 second, but we're going to show the video one more time here. Take a look.
Shadow caught moving on camera.
That's outstanding. Okay, Mike, let you continue.
So I play the video, and as I'm like, why is there like 6 to 8 clips, and they're very short clips, and I'm reviewing them, and there's no one in the house. I was outside the house literally, man, about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. I mean, I was breaking my head. Like, I'm thinking, why won't this Wi-Fi stay on when I go to the front door of the house? Like, I mean, I understand if it's like a big old building where the walls are so thick that there's no signal to get through, but it's a regular gutted house, and so I'm looking at the videos, no one's in the house, and for whatever reason it took 8 clips, and one of the clips had that shadow. And the thing is, this is daytime, man, and there's no one's in the house, completely empty. The reason why the camera is in the angle that it's in, because that's the only outlet that works. And so I literally just put it down with I didn't point it in any, real direction, just kind of set it down. And I think that's where, it worked in my favor, because I guess, I don't know if whatever it was watching us the whole time, because if you look at that shadow, it looks like a regular shadow being casted on the wall by maybe an outside source, or, something that's just a normal occurrence. Right. And to know, to think about it, like, that thing was standing the whole time watching us. We're thinking it's a regular, a shadow being casted by something else, from maybe an outside source or whatever. And then it moves by the camera into the next room. And I'm like, holy cow. And so when that happens, of course, I want to go back in there and keep digging. And we uncovered other stuff, but that from 2017, and I believe this was like 2017, 18, 19, 20, like almost 22, I think it was, 23, when we finally captured that piece of evidence. So we have been like constantly, I was going every single day dropping, cameras, and finally I captured that video. And it was amazing to me.
It is amazing, and to your point, for those of you who were not able to see the video because you're listening, it literally is a shot of against the wall in this house, and nothing seems out of the ordinary. All of a sudden, a shadow that's been there the whole time just moves, and moves to the right, and that is truly outstanding. Mike, are you part of a paranormal team?
Yeah, I was the former founder of a team called Midnight Paranormal Society, but now I kind of broke off, and I have my own team called the Dead Awakening Paranormal on Facebook. And like I said, I'm still working with this client, and there's so much more that's going on in this case. They actually brought in this company who, how they do the scans of the ground, and they take pictures to kind of see what's in the ground. Well, they found what they think is a burial site under her house, under her property. And the gentleman, now she has to hire someone to come and excavate, dig it out to see what exactly it is. And so I'm looking forward to being there for that uncovery, to see if it really is maybe where someone was once buried, or they're still buried. I don't know, but this could be a breakthrough in the case. But like I said, one thing I tell people is, when you investigate a location, right, whether it's for a client or like a public place you go to, realistically, if you're lucky, man, if the stars align for you, you may get some good stuff. But like this, it took me years to be consistent and persistent, and finally be able to capture this piece of evidence, man. And I'm grateful that. And again, it was in the moment where I wasn't even thinking about that. All I was thinking about was Wi-Fi. Come on, man, work. And then it showed itself, man. So it's always when you least expect it.
What area are you located in? What area is your team located?
San Antonio, Texas.
That's great. So once again, and you said Dead Awakenings.
Yeah, the Dead Awakening Paranormal on Facebook.
Please, folks, go there, show some love. And I know this video is on TikTok. Is the video also on your page over there as well?
I haven't put on my page yet. I have other videos I posted there, but for now, I shared it with you just so I can get your opinion, y'all's reactions and see what y'all thought about it. Because like I said, I'm always open to other people's opinions,
I love it. I absolutely love it. Please go give the Dead Awakenings Paranormal a love over at Facebook. Mike, I'm sure we'll be talking again. I appreciate so much you sharing that with us tonight.
Oh, my pleasure, man. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a great night.
You too, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So folks, and in the comments, we got people who are just like, wow, that's creepy. I thought it was cool. I thought it was my device. How cool is that? Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I really appreciate that. And it was worth it also just to see your reaction, Adam. That's,
that was cool because, you see the shadow right there. It is kind of center shot when you do pull up the video, folks. But then, yeah, it's free floating and moves to the right. It's the free floating that kind of made me go, this is neat.
So before we head off to break, which we're a couple minutes away from, I want to tell another one real fast, and then we'll get to the Facebook folks when we get back here. But so I was at an event up in Brainerd in April, and I had a table, and somebody came up to me, and he was just like, "Hey, I got a picture I want to show you," and I'm like, "Okay," and he's just like, here's the thing. He's like, he works at houses, like workhouses and stuff, and they seal off rooms in this place. And so when they're sealing off the rooms, no one else is going in these rooms. They are sealed off and stuff. And what they tend to do is after everyone's out, they go back and they take pictures and they show it to the client of showing how the rooms are sealed off. And this gentleman is like, I'm telling you, there was nobody in the house. Okay. So, but he's like, they took a picture, they sent it to the client, and it wasn't until after they sent it that this is the picture that they realized what they were looking at. Here it is. So, what for those who are not able to watch, it is a picture of the area sealed off, and there's a silhouette of a figure on the other side of this like curtain sort of thing. And the person who gave it to me, he swears that there was nobody in the house. Now, does that immediately mean that it's a spirit figure or even human? Maybe it's something that's over there that casts like a figure like shadow. I don't know, but I think it's very interesting.
That is a fascinating photo right there. And the neat thing is, it's like, it looks like he gets a little bit more slender as you go down on the shadow. Like there's no leg split. It looks,
He actually seems, and I know that's probably because of the little bit of the bunching at the bottom there of that curtain, but it almost seems like he's that thing is fading away almost. Like it's like being taken by the floor. And this is one that I want to share on Myth or Mystery because I have the guys who gave it to me. I have his information. And I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Does it mean that it's paranormal? I don't know. I like it. I'm a sucker for this stuff. So I'm like, yeah, it's paranormal. Yeah, that's clearly what that is. But so I think it's pretty cool myself. So, and I wanted to do that, and once again, Mike, thank you so much for sharing your video with us. There's another one that Mike had shared. We'll bring him on at some point. We'll talk about that as well. That's really cool. And quite frankly, anybody who's listening, if you have evidence that you want to share with us, please let us know, because we're more than happy to have someone come on, walk through something that they picked up, and we can share it. People can hear it, whatever else. It's just a lot of fun. And don't forget, we are giving away tickets for Universal Pictures Twisters for the advanced screening on Tuesday, July 16th. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Go ahead and give us a call if you want, 952-946-6205. You can also send us an email over at comment@ghostboxradio.com. We have a lot of stuff to get through. Let's go ahead, take our next break. When we come back, we're going to get to question of the week yet again. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
We know you value buying local, especially when it comes to your magical supplies. So if you're looking for grimoires, decks, jewelry, candles, or herbs that are locally sourced, then come on down to Magus Books and Herbs. Curated for your ritual, ceremonial, spiritual, and spell work needs, we've got all the tools to make your working extra. So make that prosperity ritual one that keeps on giving by visiting us at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis, or visit us online at magisbooks.com.
The Tilted Tiki, located in downtown Stillwater, helps you get your tropical tiki vibe on with a large selection of fantastic tasting tiki cocktails served in unique and fun glasses, a menu of delicious food ranging from small bites, craft tacos, sandwiches, and more. Plus, don't forget they have live music Wednesday through Saturday nights. Located in downtown Stillwater, the Tilted Tiki is your tropical relaxation restaurant in Minnesota. Visit thetiltedtiki.com. Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Speaking of psychic medium, Refined Divine, 1 week from tonight in studio, we'll have Adam out there as usual. I will be out there, and also psychic medium, Refined Divine. The plan is for her to be in studio with us. We'll be talking aliens. We won't be doing one question readings or anything. We'll be talking about some of her exposure to some of this. And, you know, we always love to have a good time. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Dave will be out there as well. We'll be talking about some events that she has coming up that weekend. So definitely tune in for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. But this coming Monday on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun, it's just going to be me, and I'm going to be sharing some ghost stories. We were originally going to have Anthony F. Sanchez on. We were going to have him talk about some of this AI software that he is trying to develop to help try to track UAPs and UFOs. I say them both, even though they're meant to be the same thing. But he is unable to. So we're just going to get him when we can, sometime throughout July. We'll bring him back on. It's going to be a fascinating conversation. But in the meantime, I'll just be talking about some positive interactions with spirits that I have as well. So you're looking forward to next Friday then, Adam, with Refined Divine in studio, hopefully?
I am. That one should be a lot of fun to have her in here because, well, she can see how I have to set with my finger on the dump button when she's, joining us. So maybe that'll calm her language down a little bit.
or
maybe not.
Or make her figure it's more of a challenge.
Oh yeah, she may be like, all right, challenge accepted. I'm like, no, it's not.
Well, you never know.
No, but it is going to be a blast with her and Dave in studio. And when you and Shar are in here, there's a different energy. I can't wait to get to see what her energy with your energy in studio is also going to be like. That one should be pretty fun.
And hopefully it's not basement energy, because that place has some basement energy like
It can.
nobody's business.
It really can.
So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, we had been talking about question of the week, and earlier in the week we had we were going to have Heidi Hollis on to talk about shadow people. She was unable to join us. It was just a mix up. Hopefully, we'll have her also at the other end of July. We'll be working on that. But it made me think. I've just some folks were very kind enough to share their experiences in the comments and stuff about shadow people. If anybody, and Mike just did the last segment, if anyone wants to share their experiences, you can call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205 if you want to talk about it. Otherwise, there are some folks in the comments here, and then we'll get to Facebook. Bruce had said about shadow people. Maybe I have seen moving shadows in the projection booth at Mounds Theater. Could that be Red? The projectionist spirit up there, his name is Red. And that was cool. I mean, yeah, I believe you have. And I had mentioned my shadow person experience down in the basement of the Mounds. But one thing I thought about, Adam, that we didn't really talk about is you and I have both seen shadow figures at the station as well.
Oh yeah, we've seen them, especially the one that sticks out to my mind is a couple weeks in a row. We had a guest on, and she was talking about a past life regression where she was in World War II, and we had made mention,
Angela. Yeah,
and we had made mention of concentration camp, and a dark shadow went from right to left in my perspective, left to right in your perspective.
Yeah.
That following Friday, you had made comment again, brought up the term concentration camp, and the same thing happened.
Yeah.
So we witnessed those together.
Yeah, we did. And it's the booth where when there is a guest in there, it just gets really dark.
Mm-hmm.
While the lights are, and if all fairness, that we know that the lights flicker in there. We know that. We're not saying that's paranormal, and we're not saying that's what this is. It literally is at one moment where I'm looking at Adam, all around me is darkness, and I'm like, Adam, it's dark in here, and you can't see me, or you can't see me very well.
Yeah, that's happened a couple of times, and you know what? If I hadn't been doing this show for the last couple of years, I honestly would have flipped out.
I would have had to run into the control room and finish the show from in there.
Yeah, you would have. You absolutely would have.
You're a professional. I don't think that would be the case. I think you would have been freaking out, and that's fair. But you wouldn't have left your post. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have left.
No, I probably wouldn't have left, but I would have been flipping out.
You've been flipping. That's all.
You said something else, so that's why.
Yeah. Well, luckily you're the man with the finger on the button. So yeah, no, and then there's also been. I think that you had seen one run down past the window, which would be to your left, right?
Yep. Saw one pass through there because my wife, she hangs out in the studio with us sometimes, and no, she was still sitting where she normally sits, and yeah, I saw something go like. It was coming out of what would be Brett's office, going from left to right, going through the window.
Can't be Brett. He never shows up at that place. So
it's too dark for him.
The way that we have that station at night, it's unrecognizable actually to the day. But I saw one outside of my office because once again we have no lights on down there when we're doing it. When right now Adam has no lights on in the studio. It looks like he does. But the camera iris is set too high on it, so it looks like he's in a very well lit room, but honestly he is not.
No, and I've also got 4 monitors plus our closed caption TV monitor here that also unfortunately lights this place up.
Yeah, but I remember I left the studio and I looked down the hall and there was someone sticking out of my office, and of course I run down there and there's nobody there. And just like, oh, all right, well, that's that. So I don't know about you, Adam, but when I'm there by myself, I will say when I go downstairs, I'll say hi to everybody.
Yeah, I'll do that too. I'll come down. It's like, hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
And that's my normal when I come down here. And then while I'm waiting for you, I get everything set up and I mess around on my phone. Tonight there was a couple of knocks, and I didn't reciprocate back. It's just like, no, I kind of want to concentrate on the show tonight, fellas. And the knocking stopped.
No, I mean, yeah, it's you gotta be and because that's the thing, and that's the thing we always try to tell people: don't be scared by it. There's really, I mean, unless you feel it, and sometimes, like, and what we're gonna get here with some of these responses real fast, you're gonna kind of wonder. But let me see here. I want to respond. Oop, I'm on the wrong page. Let's see. I want to read some of the responses for question of the week. And once again, the question of the week is, have you seen a shadow person? If so, what was the energy around it? Did you feel safe, scared, attacked? Just generally curious about what you felt. Let's see. Mike had responded. We played his video. It's fantastic. Bridget says, way too often. I actually have days I wish I didn't. I would love to know more of what that is. Feel free for anyone to call in 952-946-6205. And from there, and then what does Bruce say here? So Adam is experiencing the ranges of light, bright light in bed, and then in studio, darkness and shadow people. Yeah, you are kind of on the spectrum.
Yeah, and I just replied back, it happens more than I like to admit.
Yeah, very much so. Let's see here. Heather says, yep, in my dreams, he was male and I wanted to get to know him more. I still wait for him to come back. I wasn't scared at all. Jeremy says that my first one was when I was 13-ish, about 6 foot tall, and appeared under a street light in my hometown. No facial features and a deep, gravelly voice. Yes, felt fear and scared. Second was my grandpa, who appeared as a shadow figure and said everything will be okay as we were moving the family home. Felt very peaceful with the second one. And I think that's an important thing to talk about when it comes to shadow people. And we hit on this on Monday, just because we there are times that shadow people experiences are very scary for people, and there's good reason. I have read many things about shadow people being very terrorizing to people, but that's a certain type of energy that's doing that. I think that, and we should get Shar on here to talk about it at some point. She has a very great theory about shadow figures that really resonate, that it is just the shadow of a spirit that is not able to fully manifest itself, but that's the shadow. So to Jeremy's point, that it was his grandfather, he didn't manifest fully with all of his facial features and stuff, but he was a shadow figure, but Jeremy still knew who it was. I think that there's a lot to be said about that. Nick says, Sally House, I didn't feel scared or threatened. It felt like good energy from what I saw. Looked like a child, which could very well be Sally from the Sally House. When I was at the Sally House, we did a spirit box session in the kitchen, and the spirit box, the spirits asked for me by name. Like, what would you like? Greg. Okay. Okay. My question to them, what would you like? And the response was crossover. And that's one of the things I'm known for, is crossing over spirits. So I'm just like, okay, here we go. And I looked at the other three in the room. I'm like, buckle up. And we did. And they're just like, what just happened? Energy wise, it's a bit like a tornado coming through. And what we did is we crossed over spirits. It was very beautiful, and it's a very beautiful thing to be able to do. Brian says, I didn't see it in the moment, but I have a picture of the shadow figure. It was at the Nevada State Prison. I can share the picture if you like. Brian, we'll take you up on that. Send it over. Maybe not next week, but on an upcoming episode, we can certainly talk about it. Joshua, who I think is actually was, or at least was listening, says, yes, I was attacked by one. They broke ribs in my house. Oh, goodness. I cleared them out with help of shaman and other beautiful people. They are real, and they can be extremely dangerous. And I couldn't agree more, though I will, in my opinion, specify that I still believe, and I think I'm sure Joshua would too, that there are different types of energy within those situations. So whatever he was dealing with sounded pretty malevolent. I don't think all shadow people are malevolent, that they can be benevolent as well. So there you go. I mean, and then Nicole over on my GhostBox radio page on Facebook, and if you haven't liked it yet, please go over there and like my page, GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. She says, I've seen a few at different houses I've lived in. Only once did I feel really uneasy, like I was in someone else's space and they were angry and didn't want me there. So, and that happens. That happens. Then you don't have to even get spirit necessarily. That's just how, shadows. It's just that oppression feeling that you can run into as well.
Just hit that entire energy wall of you are not welcome.
Right. Absolutely. And it's just certainly one of those things that you just got to be careful for. And you know what? On Monday, I'll talk about that a little bit as well, because there is something to kind of keep in mind with all that too. I can't believe it. We're already at the end. As we wrap up for the week, don't forget on Monday, it's just going to be a Just Greg episode. We're going to be talking about some positive spirit communication. We'll talk about oppression when you go into a house and whatnot. Please make sure to visit ghostboxradio.com to find past episodes of our radio shows, and like us over on Facebook at GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. Also send any comments or feedback to comment@ghostboxradio.com. Don't forget to check out the Best of GhostBox Radio, airing Saturdays at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 4 p.m. on AM 950. And finally, whether you're chasing spirits or just drinking them tonight, please be careful out there. We'll see you Monday as we talk about positive spirit communication. Everyone, have a great week. Thanks, Adam. Have a good night.
Come on, you know it's true.